Alright, so this will be a video for Isaac at Drummond. First things first, before we get started getting into songs, let's tune our guitar. Very first thing we always have to do. Isaac even getting pretty good at this lately. So this shouldn't be too much of a challenge. If you do not have a tuner with you, because I usually will provide you with a snark or my phone, go ahead and use whatever, you can pause the video, use whatever you're watching the video on, whether it's a phone or a computer or iPad or whatever. Go ahead and Google a tuner and go through each string. We've got E, A, second string, D, third string, G, fourth string, B, fifth string, and E. So let's make sure we're getting that nice and in tune before we get started, because we don't want to learn things out of tune. That's gonna sound weird. So if you need to pause the video, that's perfectly fine. Take your time, make sure we're in tune. But otherwise, I'm going to keep rolling here. So one thing I want to go over real quick, we already know most of My Name is Jonas. We've been playing that for several weeks now, but I want to make sure we get that outro right. So that rhythm, let's make sure we have that down. So we're starting, I'm going to start just with our roots, and we've been playing it as power chords, but let's start with just our roots, just so we make sure we have the right notes. So we're starting on E flat. So that's going to be our 6th fret on our A string. So let's make sure we got that E flat right. And then we have an E. So that's our 7th fret on our A string. And then we have an F sharp. So there's a couple different F sharps you can play on the neck. I'm playing the one on the 9th fret. So we've got 6, E flat, 7th fret, E, 9th fret, F sharp. So all together, let's just go over that real quick. Our rhythm, if we can clap it, it's going to sound like this. Bum 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 bum. All right, so let's try it together. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cool. So that should be pretty easy. So we're going to be coming out of the chorus for that. So what I want to do now, I'm going to play the chorus twice, 2 times. So that's. So the chorus is a B, A flat, G flat, F sharp. So I'm going to do the chorus twice, and then I'm going to go right into that outro rhythm. Because we should be able to get to the point that we're doing this nice and seamless. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 1, 2. Here's our outro. So that's our full band outro. That's what we're all going to be playing together. But Isaac, you do have a little bit of an outro on your own where you're going to be playing the intro again. And I think I remember we talked about that in class, so the song's kind of interesting. It ends with the intro. So there's sort of like another outro that's the same thing as the intro. A lot of songs will do that. It's kind of a cool trick. So practice that a little bit more too. Let's remember to make sure we're landing on the downbeat there. We're coming on 1. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Right? So cool. So I think that'll be a good thing to practice this week. Make sure we get that down. Cool. Keep listening to the song, play along with the song as well. Make sure we get those sections right. You can sing along too if you feel like it. Although I think Jack is singing this one. But moving forward, let's just go over Cut My Lip. So I think for this episode or virtual lesson, whatever you want to call it, just going to do a quick recap of what we've been doing. It's been a little while. And then probably next time we can start learning a new song. We can start maybe covering Wood, and maybe we can get into Don't Stop Me Now. But for now, let's just go over what we already know and make sure we're practicing the right things. Another thing that's really important is that we're going to be coming back ready and prepared once we do come back, because you know, if one of us doesn't prepare, then we're going to have to maybe waste some time going over things that we already do know. And if there's someone who is way far ahead and then someone's way far behind, we don't want that happening. So make sure we are practicing and always kind of learning. Well, let's go over Cut My Lip real quick. So we know our chords. So we've got F sharp minor. So our first note, our first little triad. Right? So we've gone over this. And Isaac, I think you've gotten pretty good at this to this point. Just want to make sure we're practicing the right thing. So this is our first one, F sharp minor. Right? So we've got that little 3-finger build. F sharp. Right? That's our first chord. Then we bar on the second one. We're barring on the 9th fret, starting on the B string. Because if we hit our D string, starting on the G string. So that's our 4th string, our 4th lowest string. If we hit that with the D string, kind of changes the pitch of the tone, or the tone of the chord. So we want to be just hitting those top 3. So, and then our last chord, B major. So we're stacking our fingers once again, kind of in that nice triad shape. So again, starting on the 9th fret. So I could go into a little bit more detail on this, on each individual note, but I think you do know it. So I don't want to waste too much time here. Let's just practice that together. So I'm going to count us in. I want you to play along with me. Maybe we'll do it 4 times. If you need to pause the video at any point to just kind of practice these individual chords to make sure we're getting all the transitions right, that's perfectly fine. Feel free to pause or do whatever you need. Make sure we're learning it correctly, though. So, ready? 1, 2, ready, go. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Oops, looks like my battery's dying. Let me try that again. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 1, and 2. Oops, my mistake. So, to reiterate too, we're coming in on the and of each beat. So we talked about this in class a little bit as well. But we're coming in on the and, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and I have it charted. Let's see. So I've charted this out too. So let's take a look at this real quick. Oh, it's backwards. Oh well. You can see F sharp, E, and then B twice. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Right? So let's try that one more time. Let's do it together. I'll count us in. Let's practice it. Ready? 1, 2, ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. I keep playing the wrong bar. Anyway. Cool. So keep practicing that on your own. Work on that this week, and hopefully in the next video we can start tackling Wood, and eventually we will get to Don't Stop Me Now. Alright, so stay healthy out there and wash your hands.